Hello. My name is Justin Bellman, and last week Jason asked me, raisins, do they suck? So let's talk about that. Now, before I started filming, I was going to go into this big kind of rant-like video about why raisins are in fact the worst. But instead I thought I would get a little more factual, get a little more real with you, and tell you the exact factual reason and the history behind raisins and why they're the worst. So let's get started. Before we can talk about raisins, we have to talk about grapes. And before we talk about grapes, we have to talk about potatoes. And according to Reddit user Malicious Latvians, for a long time, Ireland was sparsely populated, and it was only with the discovery of potatoes that they could grow enough food to allow for significant population growth, as potatoes could grow on harsh terrain that was unsuitable for other crops such as wheat or barley. So not only could potatoes basically support an entire country, they grew in a place where no other crop could, and you could turn potatoes into basically any food, and when you bury a potato, it makes more potatoes. So it was basically a naturally renewing crop as well. But this video isn't about potatoes, it's about raisins. You know what raisins are? They're grapes. The tiny, juicy, shitty potato. Now don't get me wrong, I love a grape. They're no potatoes. So when Italy had a similar event to Ireland, their land sucked. All they had was spaghetti, so they decided to start growing grapes. Now grapes, unlike potatoes, cannot turn into everything. They are not a naturally renewing resource. They cannot grow exclusively in harsh conditions. But luckily, all of Italy is a vineyard, so they started growing grapes. And with the growth of grapes, they realized grapes were dying. And that was when Samuel F. Raisin came into play. He went, oh, have you tried these dead grapes? They're so good. And everyone went, no, Samuel F. Raisin. And he was like, no, guys, you gotta try these grapes. You gotta try these dead grapes. And no one wanted to try them because they knew preemptively that they were the worst. The great prophets of Italy in 1905 declared that there would be a horrible cataclysmic event if they started eating these dead grapes. The old prophet told Samuel F. Raisin, if you start eating these stupid dead grapes, then a man named Donald Trump will be president. Samuel F. Raisin said, oh, I'm just going to start selling these little things. I'm going to name them after me because I'm the only one that's going to eat them. So here, who would like to try my Samuels? And the prophet said, they're going to be called raisins. And he was like, fine, raisins. So as Samuel F. Raisins decided, was it raisin or raisins? I don't remember. So Samuel F. Raisins, I'm going to start calling him, decided to start selling these dead grapes on the side of the road. And he was like, ooh, I got these dried little pieces of things that used to taste good. You want some, everyone? And everyone was like, Did you hear what that prophet said? They said that if we let these raisins start growing, that we're gonna have a bad time in like 100 years. Samuel F. Raisins said, I don't care. I'm gonna be dead by then. YOLO. And everyone was like, Samuel, that's not cool anymore. It hasn't been cool since like 1897 to say YOLO. But Samuel F. Raisins had no sense of time. It was a degenerative disease called raisins, which makes them again the worst. So basically everyone was hating on this guy, Samuel F. Raisins. So one day a bunch of people conspired to get together and dump this big pot of molten chocolate on him, and he died. And everyone was like, the only way you'd be tolerable is if we made your stupid dumb little raisins chocolate covered like you dead grape-loving bastard. And that's how chocolate-covered raisins became the only tolerable form of raisins, while still also being just a little bit sour. So why do they exist? So short and sweet to answer your question, Jason, yeah, raisins suck, dude. And in conclusion, just buy some fucking grapes. Alright, so I don't know what this video was. I'm so tired, but I hope you thought it was a little bit amusing. I enjoyed telling this ridiculous story, and I'm excited to see what Jason does for my topic, which I'm gonna come up with on the spot, I promise. I haven't even thought about it yet, which is really bad planning. But if you did enjoy this and you want to hear Jason's response to my topic, make sure to like this video and smash that subscribe button. Just destroy it, reach into the matrix of your computer, and squeeze it for all it's worth. So stay tuned, new videos every Friday at 3 p.m. Stick around, we'd love to have you. So Jason, your topic for next week is going to be, why are we here?